Okay, hello guys, I'm back with another episode of Scarlet Fate Fragments of the Past. So right now we're continuing with Gentoka's route. The last time we played, the Shiki and the groups were preparing for war against the Void after Kodonomai agreed to help them fighting the army of the Voids. And also in the last episode we've managed to raise Gentoka's affection. So now we're going to enter the real fight. Okay, without further ado, let's go. A short time afterward, I go into the garden alone. Aww. The light of the moon reflects off the snow, making the night oddly bright. Off in the distance, the sounds of the village preparing for war can be heard, which only makes the quietness of this place stand out. Tomorrow right about this time, the fighting will probably start. I try to revive my sinking spirits. No matter the cost in blood or lives, we will fight. Now is not the time to lose focus. I am the head of Gifu. I must lead my people without hesitation. I must do the right thing. The sword must be protected, no matter the cost, even if it means sacrificing our village and everyone in it. That's a very tough and hard decision. I unsheathed my sword and cut through the air to cut down my own weaknesses. There is no option to retreat. All I can do is go forward. Okay, off we go. The next day, on the morning of the battle, it's silent throughout Gifu Shrine. Unable to hide their anxiety over the upcoming battle, the villagers wait inside the shrine with bated breath. Bated? I don't know how to read that. Even the soldiers are eerily quiet, since they are resting for the battle after working all through the night. So they didn't sleep, I guess? I wasn't able to sleep well last night. Who could? Even though I knew I needed the rest, my body wouldn't allow it. I clenched my fist over and over. They must be protected. The village, the people, and the sword. It must be done. It's the only way.
いや、探したよ、お姫様。
Ah, Furutsugu! A voice suddenly interrupts my thoughts. I look up to see Furutsugu. Furutsugu, what's going on?
戦の準備も一段落したんでね。休息ついでに一つ確認をと思って。どうしても君は戦場に出るつもりかい？
I don't think you could though. She is so determined to go into the field of battle. I'm glad you're worried about me, but my mind is made up. Everyone in the village is ready to stand up for the sword. There's no way I can just sit by idly. Wait. I think even I can be of some use out there.
そう、君は確かに強い。ただ、だからこそ心配なんだ。
I like his voice, but I don't think I heard his voice often in Otome games. Wait, who was his voice actor? I forgot.
すべてを救おうとして、いつか自分自身を滅ぼしてしまうのではないか、とね。
Yeah, that's true, because in the end we can save everyone. Don't worry, today is not that day.
なるほどね。さて、僕は一休みさせてもらうけど、姫、君も体を休めておくといい。僕の目には、君がとても無理をしているように思えるんだ。
Aww, He's worried for her. That's so sweet. With those parting words, Furutsugu lives. Spreading myself too thin? Maybe I do, but what's the alternative? We fight this battle and we win. There is no other way. Just as I'm about to head back to Shunka Temple, I see Tomonori and the top mage of the shrine walking together. They seem to be having a serious discussion. I hesitate to call out to them. I put myself back together and start to walk again. A few moments later, I hear the leaders of the village gathering at Shinetsu Temple. I can probably find out what's going on over there. Afternoon. Kuso, who was out searching for the void, comes back just as we are gathering at Shinetsu Temple. Gathered are the leaders of today's battle: Gentoka, Kuso, Kodonomae, Furutsugu, Akifusa, Tomonori, and I. We have gathered to reach a final decision on how we will defend ourselves against the army of the void. Afterwards, we will inform the soldiers and the villagers of the plan.
蛇の言っていた話はどうやら嘘ではなかったようだ。
He really called Kodonomae snakes. Kuso's calm but solemn voice echoes throughout the silent Shinetsu Temple.
敵は控えめに言って数千。下手をすれば万を超えるだろう。山を黒く覆うほどのうつろの大軍が迫っている。
That sounds terrifying. An army large enough to cover a mountain. I'm once again surprised by the great strength possessed by our foe. I hear Akifusa gulp. It's okay, we can do this, I think. However, no matter what, we cannot fail. Behind us are the sword and all the villagers.
敵はどこから攻めてくる？
うつろどもは一丸となって移動していた。方角は南。このまま行けば気風正面から押し寄せてくることになろう。
Oh my gosh.
うつろたちが気風の手前で二手に分かれ攻撃されるというようなことはないのかい？
I don't think they will though, because last time we fought them, like, I don't think they have feelings or, thoughts to think of something like that. Except if there's anyone behind them.
それはねえな。
Kodonomae states this definitely.
連中はすでに死んでいるがゆえに死を恐れない。だが同時に考えるということもない。流れる水のごとく一直線に剣を奪いに来る。
So yeah, no strategy from them.
なるほど。恐れを持たないがゆえに策を練ることもないということか。
Because they do not fear death. Then the front gate will be where the decisive battle will be fought.
好都合だぜ。もともとそれを想定してた。敵を誘導する手間が省けるってもんだ。
Kodonomae, can you now explain the battle strategy you mentioned before? Kodonomae notes.
釣りをする。
Fishing. Oh, fishing like luring the enemy inside? Fishing?
ああ、安心しな。大量必死の釣りだぜ。
Okay, he looks so confident. He goes on to explain the specific details of his plan to us. It seems well elaborated, but the thing is, I will have to carry the sword around as a lure. According to him, it will be the most important but most dangerous role to play.
つまり、すべてのうつろがあんたを狙うことになる。
Will there be another
やれる
fight?
か。
Without a doubt. Upon hearing my reply, he slowly nods his head. Then he looks at us all and starts to speak.
覚悟を問う。この問いに答えられない者に戦場に立つ資格はない。
Oh, that is pretty firm. I don't know how to describe it.
お前たち、この戦いで死ぬ覚悟はあるか？
They must be. I mean, they've come too far to quit now. They've planned everything. Even Shiki even has a backup plan if she were to die, to choose another Princess Tamayori. So I think they're all prepared for the consequences.
もとより、私の命はすでに彼女に。たま
Sorry.
気風を守り、剣を守り、姫様を守ることが俺の使命。俺の命はそのためにあります。
ゼダ、ヘビよ。もっとも、我が死ぬなどあり。
僕はまだ死ぬわけにはいかないからね。それなりに検討。
Oh my gosh. But it was good to see that all of them are so confident in winning. Oh. Got to know my notes
覚
quietly.
悟は見届けた。さ
Yep.
て。これから先は遠慮はいらねえ。相手は生きてすらねえ化け物だ。派手にやろうぜ。
On it. Show them what we got. It is now twilight. The sky is stained blood red. The time to fight is approaching. The villagers are holding their breath, waiting for the fighting to start. The soldiers are busy checking their weapons and armor. I was told by Tomonori to speak some words of encouragement to the villagers. Perhaps knowing that Princess Tamayori is with them and thinking about them will calm some of their worries. That is what he told me. I gently place my hand on the blade of my sword. I take several deep breaths. Tension is running high. I wish that the battle would rather just start.
四季、どうした？こんなところで。
Oh my gosh, Gentoka is here. Gentoka. When I turn toward the sound of the voice, Gentoka is looking at me with his usual calm expression. Oh.
思い詰めたような顔をしている。
Everyone's worried, to be honest. We're on the cusp of battle. Of course I'm a little nervous.
すまないな。お前のそばで守ってやれればよかったのだが。
His voice.
子供前の戦術上、配置が離れてしまったな。
No, we will still be fighting together. Besides, your role is crucial to the success or failure of this plan. But is it really okay to get you wrapped up in this whole mess?
私の命はお前が救った。だから、私の命はお前のものだ。どうか好きに使ってほしい。
He continues.
お前はいいのか？子供前ではないが、本来戦場は女子供の立つ場ではない。いくら腕が立つとはいえ、死が怖くはないのか。
Wait. My destiny has been decided for me. I live for the sword and die for the sword. This is so depressing. I don't want her to think like this. Besides, no matter what happens, my life will be short anyway. I think it's the ritual where she dreamed of in her dreams at the first chapter. He gazes at me. Will she tell him? We stand there looking at each other in silence. I should tell him, I think to myself. Gentoka once said he wanted to know all about me. Since he's here on my behalf, about to fight a dangerous battle, I think I should show him some good faith. I decide to reveal my sin. Gathering up my courage, I begin to speak. In order to become Princess Tamayori, one must undergo the inheritance ritual. Without exception, to become the new princess, you must kill the former princess, your own mother, using the sword and offer the blood as a sacrifice. This is so cruel. Imagine forcing a daughter to kill her own mother just for the ritual. No wonder she was so traumatized.
二への義ということか。なんとも血生臭いことだな。
It's horrible. I can't even begin to imagine what Shiki had gone through when she did that ritual, having her mother's blood on her. Yes, through this act, you make it known to the sword that you are its new guardian. It's a ritual that has been continuous from the first princess to the present.
では、お前も。
Yes, after I marry Kuso, I will bear a child when she turns 7. Oh my gosh, she killed her mother when she was 7. That's horrible. My own child will kill me, and this fate continues on. I don't care. I did it myself. I also killed my mother. I was 7 years old. It was not your fault. Even now, I still dream about it. A group of adults lead me into a dark shrine while I'm crying. Inside, it is completely dark. My beautiful mother is standing there, wrapped in a white kimono. In her hand is the sword. She approaches me with a sorrowful look on her face. The next thing I remember, I'm standing outside the shrine, the sword covered with blood in my hands. The sight of the sad blue winter sky of that day keeps coming back to my mind, as if it just happened yesterday. Imagine what her mother must feel, making her went through that horrible ritual. It must have been hard for both. I killed my own mother for the seal, so could there be a reason for me to hesitate dying for it myself? I unemotionally tell him my story. I have no right to lament. No, you have every right to. I mean, it's not like you killed your mother because you want to. I am a sinner who committed an unforgivable sin. By saving you, I thought I could compensate for my crime if just a little. I wasn't thinking about you or trying to help you. I was only doing it to run from my own sins. But I feel like there's some kind of, I'm sure there's some kind of this feeling, even if it's just a little, of her wanting to genuinely help him. That is the type of person I am. With a small smile, I'll look toward him. I am not worth your protection. If things get too bad out there, I want you to get away. I want you to stay alive. If you do that, I'll feel as though my life had at least a small bit of meaning.
やはり、私は戦おう。他でもない。お前のためだけに。
Her story only strengthened his resolve. I love this. His answer is so direct that I look at the ground reflexively. I stand there wondering how I should take his answer. The time for battle is rapidly approaching. Yeah, I bet she thinks that she is not worth his protection. After the sun sets, we gather at Shinetsu Temple. In the light of the bonfires around us, I stand before the villagers and the soldiers gathered there. Many people have gathered together at this location to hear me speak to them as Princess Tamayori. In the light of the flames, I can clearly see everyone's frightened faces. From here on out, we will be fighting against a dreadful foe. My voice reverberates around the quiet temple. The odds are stacked against us. I won't lie to you, our enemy is unlike anything you've ever seen, and there are countless of them. The blood of our people will spill onto the soil. Lives will probably be lost tonight. Many of us may experience the loss of a loved one. Therefore, I have something I must say to you all. Please run away. The only thing that waits for us is death. Running away in order to save your loved ones shows tremendous courage. I will not stop you. Please come back once the village is safe again. No one will blame you for running. I will say it again. Please run. Nobody moves. Not a single person. Everyone here has their lives firmly rooted in this village. The fate of Gifu is inextricably, I think, entwined with theirs. I'm so happy to know that they love their village so much. Yet, it makes me sad to think about anyone dying. I begin to speak once again about what it is we're fighting for and against. Then, this is addressed to all who remain. There will be a great amount of blood spilled on our land. The goal of the demon is the sword. If they take the sword from us, then the world will end. It feels as though their gazes are stabbing right through me. I continue my speech. There will be no way to avoid the loss of life. However, this fight is ours, and ours alone. This is not just a fight for Gifu. This is a fight for the whole world. This is a fight for all our souls. I take a breath as I look out over the audience and start again. We are on the side of good. We must protect all the right and just. For the sake of the world that we love, please lend me your support, your life. Imagine the burden she is in. Gifu's shrine fills with the sounds of everybody's cheers. Here it comes. It's shortly before the battle will start. The full weight of what's about to happen still hasn't hit me yet. Imagine the burden. Holding on to the life of so many people. Those who can fight have taken their positions. The rest stay inside the Gifu shrine. Carrying the sword, I leave Gifu shrine to go stand at the spot agreed to earlier. At all other places, the barrier surrounding Gifu is at maximum strength. I walk ahead to the front row. That is the only place where the barrier has been weakened. And half the number of our soldiers are assigned to protect along the main gate. Our strategy is making a hole in the barrier at the main gate to gather the void at one point. Then we attack all at once. Okay. Forming a solid defense around me with the sword are the elite of our troops. Standing next to me is Akifusa. So it begins.
姫様
Wait, let me drink first. This is a lot of reading. I cannot unheard Red Riding Hood from Taisho Alice. He looks straight at me.
俺はあなたの剣です。我が命を一振りの刃とし、あなたの未来を切り開いてみせます。
Aww. Like every love interest is just so sweet. Thanks, I'm counting on you, Akifusa. I look toward the mountain where we expect our enemy to appear. And then, it's time. I wonder how much time has passed since we started to watch the front. My eyes are fixed firmly on the mountain ahead, but nothing has changed. There is just the flickering of the bonfire set up by the soldiers stationed out far ahead of me. Are they really going to come? If we've made a mistake and the enemies come from the north side to attack the back of Gifu's shrine, the only result left for us is defeat. Wait. I don't think so. All I can do is try to stifle my impatience and wait. The coldness of winter night chills me to the bone. How much longer do we have to wait? Ooh, the background music is thrilling. It would be nice if nothing ever did come for us. I pray that that is the case. But then...
おい、あれはなんだ?
They're coming. One of the nearby soldiers points towards something. On the snow-covered mountain, at the edge of darkness, a faint black dot is moving. Then, more and more dots steadily follow behind. The number of black dots rapidly increases. Almost looking like an avalanche, blackness suddenly taints the white snow on the mountain. From afar, it looks like a black landmass has spread over the mountains. It even moves like a single landmass.
一体何匹いるんだよ。
We're going to be fine.
どれだけいようと変わりはない。俺たちでしのぐしかないんだ。
Akifusa's voice is tense. Everyone holds one's tongue. From here, we're only able to watch. The Black Army finally makes it to the entrance of Gifu. Blocked by our barrier, they spread out to the sides like rippling water. Unexpectedly, the flames of the bonfires in front of us start to sway. The void has breached the barrier and is now within Gifu territory. Here it comes! The fires out in the field in front of us go out one after another, swallowed by the black stream. I wonder how many lives were just extinguished as well at this moment. I can't help but think of such an ominous idea. Our barrier was only a brief distraction to the advancing army of darkness. Within a few minutes, they're on their way forward again. They go right for the main road, in straight line. They march on towards us. Normally, you should be able to hear the sounds of an army this large from here. However, the fact that they march silently is even more chilling. You can't even hear them. The army of the void glides across the ground to approach. They are now clearly visible in the moonlight, and I become aware of the moans and cries emanating from where our soldiers were stationed. Our advance guard is falling back towards us, but the enemy is chasing right after them. The shrieks of our soldiers can be heard as the void engulfs them.
来るぞ。あんなのに勝てるのかよ。
We
勝
can.
つしかないだろう。やるしかないんだ。本当に化け物だ。くそ。どうやって戦えばいいのか。見当もつかない。
Unrest spreads throughout the soldiers. Although they're the best of our best, we've been at peace for so long that not a single one of them has any actual battle experience. Even worse, most of them have never seen the void before. It's only natural that they're quaking in fear. Assessing the situation, I suck in my breath. I should go. Slipping through a gap between the soldiers, I quickly get out in front of
いけま
them.
せん。お下がりください。
Akifusa chases after me. The other soldiers also cry out to stop and worry me. Our enemy may be terrifying, but if you slay them, they will fall. I draw my blade. Akifusa, stay back. Words alone cannot take away fear. Therefore, as the head of this village, I'll show you it can be done. The void are not worthy of your fear.
姫様。
I run towards one void, which has slipped out into the front of the pack. I can feel the soldiers' eyes on my back. If my sword fails me, the soldiers, fearful of the enemy, will lose their morale. If the enemy attacks us in this state, then all is lost. I must not fail. One of the void is pressing in toward me. I run at it at full speed, my sword at the ready. I swing my sword, it whips its arm toward me. I take aim. I cut it. Its arm falls to the ground, while it's unable to counterattack. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty! Look at her! Aww. There's no way I'm reading that. battle cry. I can do it. I can't do it. With my return swing, I split the void right down in the middle. When it's over, I return my sword to the ready position, and while staring at the other void, I call out to the soldiers. You all have undergone years of strict training to become the best of the warriors of Kifu. The void are not worthy of your fear.
そうだ。いける。姫様にかばわれるとは、なんと情けないことか。俺も続いてみせる。
A sudden boost of morale energizes the surrounding troops.
たったお一人でこの場の指揮を覆されるとは。姫様の側近として俺も負けてはいられない。
I love Shiki so much you couldn't even imagine. Oh my gosh. Her leadership. Riding the forward momentum, Akifusa turns toward his troops and calls out.
全員バット!
At his command, everyone draws their swords and returns to their positions, standing guard in front of me. The clash with the Void Army is imminent.
皆の者、我に続け。これより気風にあだなす異形どもを打ち払う。己が刀、仲間を信じよ。我らに敗北はない。
Akifusa's voice echoes throughout the darkness. His soldiers are filled to the brim with confidence.
姫様、お下がりください。
No, I'm fighting too.
ダメです。姫様は剣を守る大事な恩義。これ以上危険にさらすわけにはいきません。
But
俺を気風の兵を信じてください。どうかお聞き分けを。
I can see the confidence in his gaze. I nod my head. The retreating soldiers mix in with Akifusa's troop, already standing in front of me. And then finally, we clash with the void. In an instant, the area erupts with the sounds of fighting. Some of them slip through the soldiers and stand in front of me. Their eyes are on the sword. They want their snacks. They fall to a single stroke of my blade. However, no matter how many of the void fall, it seems as though their numbers are not getting any smaller. On the other hand, our soldiers are beginning to drop like flies. It's not that our men are failing to do their part, they're taking as many casualties as we are. It's just that there are too many of them. The sounds of bodies failing, swords dropping, bones breaking, and flesh ripping surround me. I will not soon forget the shrieks of terror and pain that litter the air. Suppressing my own desire to scream, I continue to cut at the enemy with my sword. Oh yeah, I think she's going to lure them to wherever it is.
もう少しだ。もう少しの辛抱だぞ。
See, they're luring them. He's right. If we don't hold our position, our plan will never succeed. We have to keep our enemy confined to this road as long as possible. With nothing but the sword on their minds, the void advance up the road one after another, destroying our soldiers along the way to the front. One of the void rams its arm through the body of a soldier standing in front of me. My mind goes blank. I let out a war cry and rip through the void with my sword. When I turn back to the soldier, he has already taken his last breath. No. Within an instant, another of the void appears before me. I hastily pick up my sword, but as I do that, I notice the void has been pierced with a sword I am familiar with.
姫様、ご無事で。
Yeah, I'm okay, but we can't hold out like this. Another wave of reinforcements, and this will no longer be a battle. It will become a killing field. How long do we have to keep this up? Haven't we drawn enough of them in? If this continues, they're going to break right through us. Where's the others? Just as this thought runs through my head. Oh, here they come! A light erupts in the middle of the void, sending countless of their torn apart bodies into the air. It doesn't end once. The flashes of light and thunderous rumbling happen over and over. Each time more of the void are sent flying through the air. Yay! Cheers erupt from the soldiers when they notice what's happening.
Gentoka 殿だ。よかった。間に合ったんだ。
Thank God, a countless number of blue flames float over the roofs of the cabins. I'm too far away to make him out for certain, but it appears that the figure I see is Gentoka. Gentoka?
姫様、ようやく始まりましたね。
Yes. Yeah, we have to hold the void here. And then more spectacular lights illuminate the night. Oh, I like this spell strategy. A red light flashes throughout the night sky, followed up quickly by more. 2, 3, then a countless number of brilliant red lights streak across the sky and pierce the void. Their flaming arrows being shot by archers stationed on top of the roofs of the cabins lining the road. Fences have been built between the cabins. Soon, the road is filled with the Void army, jammed into the street with nowhere to run. There is nowhere to escape from the fire arrows. Fire attack! Gentoka targets his spirit flames towards a pile of straw that had been spread all over the road. Within a moment, the void is engulfed in flames. Then the wind picks up, spreading the flames around. This reminds me of the Battle of Kirby in Dynasty Warriors. They launch a fire attack because the wind is in their favor. So the wind picks up and it's spreading the flames to the ships, kind of like this one. It's smart. This is Kuso's magic. Yeah, Kuso is acting as Zhuge Liang here, calling the wind. Gentoka had been looking for a way to increase the effectiveness of his flames. With the wind acting as a catalyst, pillars of flames tall enough to lick the sky burst out from the void.
我らも戦うぞ。うつろを炎の中に押しとどめろ。
Akifusa shouts as his blade shreds through another one of the void. The remaining soldiers shout out in response. So this is Kodonomai's plan, to trap the invading void into a confined space and then drown their army in a sea of flames. It is a simple ambush tactic, but just because it's simple doesn't mean it can't be effective. The simpler the plan is, the greater the results. I just hope we're able to keep this up. Light from the flames exposes the real free-for-all that this fight turning into. The fences sealing everyone in are getting destroyed due to the fires and the void driving about. Our battlefield slowly extends. Even though the plan is working, the void's number are still overwhelming. For a battle that was almost lost before it began, the strategy offers no more than a sliver of hope. All we can do is to ride out this sliver of hope until the
突出
end.
するなよ。周囲と機械を揃えていけ。
The soldiers pep each other up with words of encouragement during the battle. According to Kodonomai, my next move should be based on my understanding of the battle conditions. It's normal for conditions to change during battle every second. It would be foolish to only hold yourself to plans made before the battle has begun. How should we rally ourselves and go forward? That's the question. Thankfully, we have 3 mighty gods on our side. Everything from here on will depend on whether or not they can reduce the numbers of this army and how. Furthermore, the nature of the void is to go anywhere the sword goes. In short, wherever I decide to go, the void will focus their attack on that location. Therefore, I must act prudently. Akifusa?
ねえ、お気をつけて。
He understands. I note as he continues to fight. I should. Okay, so I think this is almost 30 minutes or somewhat. If I think. Anyway, I try not to make this too long, so I plan to be strict with myself and just do like every episode for only like 30 minutes or so, and then I will try to record this game more often so that we can finish one route quickly. So I'm gonna stop here at the choices, and obviously since we're on Gentoka's route, I'm going to choose Gentoka. But okay, let's just end things here, and next time hopefully we can continue until the battle is over, because if I remember correctly, we're already at the half of the battle, like this battle in Kifu, and we're almost there at where the story is going to be branches into routes. Because if I remember correctly, after this, yeah, the route's going to branch after this battle. So yeah, hopefully next time we can finish the battle and continue to actually enter Gentoka's route. Thank you very much for everyone who watched my video. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please leave a like and comments and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much once again. Bye bye.
しまうのでしょう